For our first story, we have my partner, 32 male, broke up with me, 29 female, after 10 years together. Now he's texting me with link few days ago. My boyfriend, 32 male, broke up with me, 29 female. I'll admit, I saw it coming and maybe felt the same way too based off how avoidant he can be. I kept my calm and he cried and told me that he doesn't know how he feels anymore, that it hasn't felt the same in a long time. I asked if it was anything I did, and he said, "No, you've been an angel. You deserve someone better than me." He explained that he cares about me but isn't sure if he loves me the same way. We had plans of getting engaged soon. As far as I know, he was close to saving up the money for the ring I chose. A calm came completely over me, and I agreed and told him it's for the best. He cried and hugged me and just kept apologizing. I didn't want to show how hurt I was and just remained positive. I told him it's all right. He said he's going to continue to pay his portion of the rent for as long as I need. He's coming in a few days to collect his things. He kissed me on the cheek and hugged me again. This happened in the parking lot outside his job, after his shift, and he was sobbing as I drove away. I saw his location remained in the parking lot for many hours, until 2 in the morning. Then he removed me from location, and I removed him. I feel like I was hit by a truck. I'm proud of myself though for not crying or begging. I removed the relationship status myself on social media. Today, only 2 days later, I received this text. I just have regrets about the other night. You had thoughts and ideas, and instead of trying anything, I just kinda blew them off. I feel like I just gave up on 10 years and that bothers me. The other night happened because I haven't been communicating my thoughts and feelings like I should have been, so for that I'm sorry. Is this breadcrumbing, an attempt at reconciliation, or something else? I feel like I need to be prepared as he is most likely stopping by tomorrow to collect his things. TLDR, my ex, 32 male, broke up with me, 29 female, after 10 years together. Now, 2 days later he's messaged me saying he has regret. Do I interpret that as breadcrumbing, wanting to reconcile, or something else? I need to be prepared for when he comes to collect his things. I don't want to be blindsided. That's the end of our first post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, he doesn't want you back. He wants the comfort of being with you and the life he knew back. BC change is scary. Just move on. Our second commenter says, you said he's avoidant, which seems spot on, only now he's trying to avoid the discomfort of the consequences of drastic action he's already taken. I would not put any stock in this, I am afraid. It's been 2 days. Reality is finally sinking in and now he's confronting the fact that his life is going to be radically different now and it's scary. When one is thinking of breaking up, it's easy to fixate on all the ways you're unhappy. Actually leaving means confronting all the ways in which it was good, comfortable, and convenient. Reforging your life and all your routines post-breakup is hard and overwhelming. His text reeks of, now I am confronting the enormous task of actually building my life into something I do want, and instead of doing all that emotionally draining work, I'd rather settle for the comfort of something familiar. If you give him another chance, the same things that led him to break up with you will still be there and he'll still be equally avoidant. I wouldn't do that to yourself. Our third commenter says, for what it's worth, from a person who was in a somewhat similar position years ago, stick with your gut and don't take him back. That calm you mentioned was your gut telling you your instincts were on track. Trust me when I say you don't want to be married, with a mortgage, and with children and dogs 10 years from now and realize you ought to have left him at this junction. For our second story, we have my 29 female, fiancé, 31 male, jokes about not inviting my best friend, 28 female, to our wedding because he thinks she overshadows. I'm engaged to my fiancé Benedict and we've been together for 4 years. We're planning our wedding for this summer, and most of the planning has been smooth except for one ongoing issue. Benedict has a weird problem with my best friend Z. For context, Z and I have been best friends since college. She's funny, gorgeous and has a big personality. People gravitate toward her and she's amazing. But I've never felt like she overshadows me because she's always been my biggest cheerleader. Benedict, however, has been making these little comments for months now like, I hope Z doesn't steal the spotlight on our big day. Or, do you think Z's outfit will be more bride energy than yours? Non-verbatim. At first I thought he was joking. Z's stunning, but she's not a show-off and she'd never do anything to make my wedding about her. Yesterday, though, Benedict suggested we trim the guest list, specifically mentioning Z. I asked if he was serious and he admitted he doesn't want her at the wedding because he thinks she makes me look less important. I was stunned. I told him that Z is like family to me and there's no way she's not coming. He got upset, saying that I'm prioritizing Z's feelings over his. Now I feel lost and confused. I love Benedict, but his comments feel so petty and insecure, especially since this is about my best friend. Am I actually missing something? That's the end of our second post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, I don't think this is about you. He has some weird hang-up about your friend that you should get to the bottom of. Not to mention how insulting it is to suggest, repeatedly, that she overshadows you. Our second commenter says, your fiancé either hates Z or likes her way too much. He's being weird ASF. Our third commenter says, ask him what he means by overshadowing you. There is a problem there that isn't fully explored. He either secretly hates her or fancies her is my guess. Why would he hate her? Does he resent the power your friend has over you? Does he hate her non-conformism? Only accept to boot out Z if he boots out his best friend too. Seriously, this is a worrying red flag. Maybe hold off the wedding while you explore your differences. The correct attitude he should have is no one could overshadow his beloved. His eyes should be only on you. For our last story, we have, how do I tell my female 21 boyfriend, male 23, that I am no longer a virgin? When I initially met my boyfriend, I was 20 years old and still a virgin, and he knew that. I broke up with him because it was long distance and he would go a whole day without texting me once on multiple occasions, and he started to feel distant. In that time, I had started seeing someone, but it was just hooking up, nothing long term. Of course that now means I'm no longer a virgin. Fast forward a couple months, my boyfriend messages me apologizing and saying he misses me and he'll make more time for me, so I give him another chance. Literally just now, we're talking and he says about meeting and wanting to make my first time special. Do I tell him I'm not a virgin anymore? And how do I break it to him? It's probably a rip off the Band-Aid moment, but I tend to overthink things and would need a direct way of saying it, so if anyone could help I'd be grateful. That's the end of our last post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, why did you get back with somebody that was long distance and distant communication-wise? Anyways, tell him. Our second commenter says, update. I said I was glad he brought it up because I didn't know how else to mention it and I told him everything. His response? Give me a hard time about it. I'm joking, but I hope he was shit. Thank you guys for your responses though, haha, just another case of me overthinking. Our third commenter says, for more context, is he a virgin? That's all for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.